We're here at the 30th annual Jack Monroe Beach Ride, and we're kicking up our hoofs in the fight against heart disease.
That's right, Blair. Lakewood Campground is on a very beautiful day, very windy and a little chilly.
It is, just a little bit. Well, we're gonna embark on a 20-mile ride along the beach, so let's get going.
That's right, we're riding into the sunrise.
All right, let's go. I thought there would be a lot more horses out here, Dad.
Yeah, me too, Blair. It was I think the weather, everybody's kind of sleeping in a little bit. I think in a couple hours everybody will be out here enjoying a beautiful day, because it's not as cold as I thought it was going to be.
Well, I think it's pretty cold. I wish we would have waited for a couple hours.
But the show must go on.
That's right. We're going to have fun out here today.
You won't find any floral shelf paper in here. There's no vacuum cleaner bags, carpet samples, or washer-dryer combos. But if you're a worker, a fixer, a grower, or a doer, then we built a place for you. Southern States. A place for those who do. Farmer-owned since 1923.
What makes a perfect weekend? Start with the same place. You know the one. Gather a handful of your favorite friends. Add in the kids just to keep things stirred up. Mix generously with laughter and the finest ingredients. South Carolina grown, of course. Serve with a fresh, low country boil and the promise to return next year. This is what memories are made of. Certified SC grown.
You won't find any floral shelf paper in here. There's no vacuum cleaner bags, carpet samples, or washer-dryer combos. But if you're a worker, a fixer, a grower, or a doer, then we built a place for you. Southern States. A place for those who do. Farmer-owned since 1923.
Joining me now is Sarah Nelson from the American Heart Association. And Sarah, you're in charge of the 30th annual Jack Monroe Beach Ride here at Lakewood Campgrounds. How did y'all get Lakewood involved in doing this?
Lakewood Campround came on board about 8 years ago. This is the 30th year of the beach ride, and it was at the old Air Force Base for a long time.
Okay.
And then we moved over to Lakewood about 8 years ago, and they've been wonderful to host us. It's the only weekend of the year that they have horses, so we kind of take over the campground.
You sure have taken over.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here exactly is Jack Monroe.
Jack actually, like I said, started the ride 30 years ago here in Myrtle Beach. The city of Myrtle Beach wanted to outlaw riding on the beach, and he got a group of about 25 riders together who wanted to do this for a great cause. They picked the American Heart Association, and it's grown ever since then.
That's a great cause. So how many horses do you think are here for this weekend?
We are so excited to announce we have 1,130 horses this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many horses did y'all have last year?
Last year we had right at 1,000, so about 130 more this year.
That's great considering the way the economy is now.
It is. Our riders have done an amazing job this year.
And how much is it to participate in the beach ride?
We require that each rider raises $150. They can get donations, they can get businesses to sponsor them, or they can just simply make the donation, but it's a $150 minimum.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Do you know how much y'all have raised so far?
I do. We've raised right at $215,000 for the American Heart Association. And actually, since this event has started, we've raised $2.7 million, which has been donated. So 30 years of research and money funded for the Heart Association.
That's incredible. And so if people want to participate in the Heart Ride next year, how would they sign up and get in touch with you?
It's a great question. We'll actually set the date in probably early January.
Okay.
So they can check our website, which is ahabeachride.org. They can give us a call at 282-2911. Call the Heart Association here in Myrtle Beach. And we'll start taking reservations. Actually, as soon as we wrap up tomorrow, we'll start planning for next year.
Oh, great.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll definitely be back next year. We've had a great time.
I'm so glad y'all could come.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Join me now is Cecil Watkins with the South Carolina Horsemen's Council, Vice President of Administration. Cecil, tell the folks about the South Carolina Horsemen's Council.
Okay, well, we're a statewide organization. We're composed of all different types of horse people, everything from the professional horseman who makes his living out of horses to just the person with a couple of horses in the backyard. And we try to represent all of the interest across the state. We have people who show, trail ride, drive, have different breeds, and we just try to be a spokesperson for all of those different groups. We want to make sure that the equine industry flourishes in South Carolina, that we don't have bad legislation come across, so we stay abreast of what's happening in the legislature, and we will go educate them sometimes on some bills that may be detrimental to the horse industry. So we want to make sure they understand exactly what's in these bills and where it might lead if they pass them. So we're kind of watchdogs for the equine industry. We have people in our organization on the board of directors who serve from all the districts in South Carolina. We cover the upstate, the Clemson area, down here to Myrtle Beach, across to Charleston, the middle of the state. We have about 30 people on our board of directors. All of them are volunteers. None of them are paid. We have no paid employees.
Paid no attention.
Exactly. So we're doing it because we are personally committed to the equine industry, and we want to see it grow, and we want to make sure that our interests are represented. We have a lot of activities that we're engaged in. We work with Clemson University on getting health information out. We publish this on our website. We publish a quarterly newsletter that brings people up to date on health issues, legal issues. We publish a lot of things about trail rides in there. Speaking of trail riding, we have a very active trail riding committee. And they are currently engaged in mapping all of the South Carolina public trails, so that if you go to a park somewhere or a forest that has an equine trail, we'll have a directory, and you can actually pull out of that the map that you need to ride on that place with GPS coordinates and all of that.
Well, that's very, very good, because what little bit I have trail rode in some of these larger areas, you can get turned around.
Yes, you can, and of course you can get lost for the GPS, but at least you'll have the coordinates on there and a nice little map that you can follow. This is something that we trail riders have needed for a long time, and there has not been one available.
Right.
So we undertook it. We worked with the South Carolina Parks, Recreation, and Tourism, and they gave us some grants to help fund this exercise. So we have various partnerships with all the public trail managers in the state.
Well, Cecil, how can folks get in touch with you at the South Carolina Horsemen's Council?
We have a website. It's www.southschorsecouncil.org. And you can go on there, and we have a list of all our board of directors members. We have membership applications. You can fill that out and send it in. You can join us for as little as $20. We have everything from individual members up to clubs, organizations, breeds. We probably represent about 2,000 horse people across the state. We might have just one person as a member, or we might have the Tennessee Walking Horse Association with 200 members, or a saddle club like the Pendleton Saddle Club with over 100 members, the Marsh Tacky Association. So we have lots of different associations that belong to us. We publish a quarterly newsletter, and we try to make sure we have the latest equine news in that.
Well, Cecil, we thank you so much. I can see, I know you're a very good horseman, but you're very knowledgeable on the horse council. Thank you for joining us today.
Okay, well, thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate that.
Joining me now is Ben McDowell from Conway, South Carolina, and we're here at the Heart Ride, and I hear you have a unique animal for me.
Yes, Blair, good morning. I do. I got a wild beast.
All right, we think I can give him a try?
Why, sure.
Is he gonna buck me off?
Oh, no, not over twice.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'm gonna get on.
Well, get on him. Watch him now, he's a little bit wild.
Oh, goodness.
He ain't been bucked out this morning.
It's a lot broader than a Marsh Tacky that I'm used to.
He's a big old boy.
All right, well, let's go ride.
Well, let's take off.
So, Ben, how long have you had Tack?
Christmas, he'll be about 10 years old.
And how in the world did you get started riding a bull?
Well, I actually got him for my wife. She hounded me for years, about 10 years, to get her a bull or get a calf that she could raise. And so Blair, I went out and bought him and had him about 1.5 years for her, and she told me one day, she said, we got to get rid of him. I'm scared of him. So I told her, I said, I'm not going to get rid of him. I'm going to learn to ride him, take him to farm shows and churches and stuff, and she said, you're just crazy. So we've been riding him ever since.
Well, you proved her wrong. So does she ride?
She's rode him a few times. The first time she ever rode him, she rode him to church where we can get him broke in right.
Well, that's the way to do it. Well, he's pretty tame.
He's not too terribly bad.
Well, this is quite an experience. Now I've experienced everything.
We really enjoy him and take him around and ride kids and ride with the different horses, the Marsh Tacky and the quarter horses and the racking horses, and he just stands right there and goes along with the flow.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ben and Tex. I've had a lot of fun, and I'm still on them, thank goodness.
Well, wait a minute. We ain't run him yet. We got to run him. So if you can back up a little bit, we're going to take off with him.
Oh, are we?
Kick him down and let's ride him. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Dad, we're here at Myrtle Beach State Park at the 3-mile mark.
Yeah, and the weather's got a little bit better, still windy, but it's warmed up. Got a lot more folks starting to come on out. I have to admit that I'm getting a little bit of fanny fatigue. We got a long ways to go.
We sure do. So stay tuned for more horse tales with me and the PD Cowboy.
You won't find any floral shelf paper in here. There's no vacuum cleaner bags, carpet samples, or washer dryer combos. But if you're a worker, a fixer, a grower, or a doer, then we built a place for you. Southern States. A place for those who do. Farmer-owned since 1923.
Hi, I'm Hugh Weathers, your South Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture. Did you realize that agriculture is South Carolina's second largest industry? Our state has a long history of agriculture production and is also known for the flavor and quality of our many fruits and vegetables, from horticulture to meat, poultry, and specialty crops. Agriculture is a multi-billion-dollar industry in our state. Remember to support local agriculture when you shop. Ask for certified South Carolina. Nothing's fresher, nothing's finer.
Joining me now is the owner of Double Diamond Equine in Star, North Carolina.
Hi there, Shelby Frimmel from Double Diamond Equine. I'm a saddle fitter and I use diagnostic equipment called pressure mapping. My business is called Equimapping. Pressure mapping is diagnostic equipment that comes out of a hospital and it measures PSI and contact. And I use this to determine the saddle fit between the tree and the animal. I'm going to show you about what I'm talking about. This is a saddle tree right here. Any old saddle tree. It doesn't have to be this saddle tree. I'm going to put it up on the horse so that you can see what fit looks like. What you hope to find on a horse is complete contact on the bars from front to back. This horse happens to match this tree pretty well. That's luck and only luck. What I do with diagnostic equipment is I can lay a sensored pad on your horse's back and then your saddle pad and your saddle and measure a dynamic moving picture of what's going on between the saddle and the horse. This happens to be a snapshot, but when you do this, it's moving. And I can help your horse ride out of pain by building a therapeutic saddle pad that makes a difference between an ill-feeling saddle and a perfectly fitting saddle. This happens to be a good match for this horse, but on a horse that is built differently, what you might see is a big hollow place right here, and you might say a big hollow place right here, in which case you'd want to fill that in so that this entire 220 square inches is weight bearing. And that's what saddle fit is that you can take your weight and spread it out on all that bar. Equimapping is a service that can be done for 1 horse or 10 horses. I can build a therapeutic saddle pad that can accommodate any saddle pretty much. The only time I run into a problem is if the tree is too narrow for the horse, in which case you can't fit anything in there. So there are some limitations, but if you're interested in helping your horse learn how to ride out of pain, you can call me in Star, North Carolina. My website is Double Diamond Equine.
Well, we've searched the campsites over, and I think I found a very good horsetail. Joining me is Mr. Gene Driggers from Hamer, South Carolina, which is in my home county, Dillon.
Right.
You got a little interesting way you got here, didn't you, Mr. Driggers?
Yeah, we traveled by a covered wagon down to Myrtle Beach here this year, having the last 3 years, matter of fact, raising money for the American Heart Association.
Right. And you've got a little competition going with some people, don't you?
There's another saddle club that's beat us out that nearly 5 years in a row. We've always ended up second, and we put the heat on this year and pushing to raise funds, and I think we've got them by a few thousand right now. I hope they're not sandbagging on us.
Well, where are they from?
They're from the Carolinas.
From the Carolinas?
From I think Andrew, South Carolina.
Well, when did you leave home?
I left on Saturday morning. Took me 4 days.
And what route did you come?
We left coming up the back roads, farm to market roads, like Highway 9. Once we crossed out of Dillon County, we kept zigzagging across the state line, North Carolina, South Carolina, Highway 19, 319, kind of bypassed all the little towns and stuff, keep from holding up traffic. Ride at Myrtle Beach, we had to travel a short piece down Highway 90 and then right through Ocean Boulevard. That during the night we come in after midnight, not to hamper any traffic.
Will y'all go back the same way, or y'all load up and take vehicles back?
We load up, we'll haul back.
So enough's enough.
No, we travel. I stay on the road a lot. Matter of fact, I've only been in 2 weeks when we were out for 5 days going up to Mule Days in North Carolina.
In Benson, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about your team here. You got 2 mules and a Percheron.
Right.
And I was asking, what do you call 3?
Well, I'm a tri-hitch. It's just like a team, except there's 3. We moved the tongue over and add a triple tree. And we started this thing out. I've got 2 grown mules that's made the trip 2 years prior to this one. Jim and Jeff. Jeff come up with a hurt foot. I was going to hitch Jim, Jeff, and Sam, little 2-year-old mule we've been working. And with Jeff's hurt foot, I had to put a little Percheron baby in the hitch. And they worked out great. The traffic, they just kind of picked right up on it. They didn't give us any trouble at all.
You call that a 3-in-1 hitch?
No, I just call it a tri-hitch, 3 abreast.
Right. So how long have you been driving?
All my life. I grew up with mules on the farm.
Really?
Yeah, in Robeson County, North Carolina.
Apparently you know what you're doing. And also we was over there, and I heard there was quite a meal going on last night.
Oh yeah,
I thought I smelled something.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 21. This is my 21st year. My son's walking around here somewhere. He was. This is his 20th year, and he'll be 21 next year. So he's been almost every day since he was born, or every year since he was born. We bring a group with us raising money. This year is like 84 head of us here. And the deal is we feed everybody for the 4 days. We cook, we got us a mess tent set up. And, we had turkey and dressing the first night. And last night we had prime rib. Tonight we're having shish kebabs. So we do a good
old food for the heart.
That's right. That's right.
Well, listen, we're going to look you up for next year and maybe donate a little bit and see you back here next year.
All right.
Mr. Driggers, feel like I've been home all of a sudden.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, I've rounded up Debbie Scott from Wild West of Conway, and she's got some great tack tips for us today.
Yep, in the back of our saddlebags, we like to carry things like vet wrap, in case horses have an injury, easy way to wrap them up. Underneath vet wrap, you can put gauze or sanitary napkins if it's a large wound, great for absorbing blood. Carry a hoof pick in case your horse steps on anything. Electrolytes in case your horse starts to stress and needs more fluids. Love to carry extra clips in case a bridle or anything breaks. Also great for bridle fixing. Chicago screws, leather ties. If you have a horse that starts misbehaving, always great to have gloves in your pocket. Several things you can get from your vet are Butte, Novice Sand Scrub for wound cleaning. And another thing to always remember, never ever carry your cell phone in your saddlebag. Purchase a cell phone case to wear on your side so that your cell phone doesn't leave you when your horse leaves you when you have an early unplanned dismount.
I got a question for you. Why is it called a Chicago screw?
Honestly, I have no idea. It might have been made in Chicago.
Well, we need to change that. We need to get something made from Conway. Well, you've actually enlightened me a little bit. I hunt off horseback, and me and my hunting partners, we carry a little bit of everything. But some things you pointed out to me, especially electrolytes, we hunt a lot in the summertime, been very informative. So this isn't your first rodeo, right?
Nope, been riding for years.
Yeah. So how long have you been riding?
Since I was about 10.
Okay, that's very impressive. And what is your breed of choice?
Halflinger.
Halflinger. Well, I think you mentioned you got numerous breeds, right?
Yes, I do.
Good. So you are mostly a trail rider?
Yes.
When you work all the time at Wild West, when do you find time to ride?
Wild West is very generous. If we put in days off, they give us time off. So we plan for weekends several weeks ahead of time and take off, and other people will fill in for us. And then we get to go on any trail ride pretty much that we want.
Well, Debbie, tell us how we can get in touch with you at Wild West.
We are on 110 Carolina Road off of 501, or you can call us at 843-347-WEST, which is 9378, or we also have a website.
Well, we appreciate you joining us very much.
Thank you.
You won't find any floral shelf paper in here. There's no vacuum cleaner bags, carpet samples, or washer dryer combos. But if you're a worker, a fixer, a grower, or a doer, then we built a place for you. Southern States. A place for those who do. Farmer owned since 1923.
Dad, I sure have had a great time out here today. It's warmed up, thank goodness. This morning I was freezing. And guys, just to let you in on a little secret, we didn't ride the whole 20 miles, but we rode a good ways, and I hung in there pretty well, I think.
Yeah, you did a great job. I had my long johns on, and so I hung in there too. But I have been really impressed with Lakewood Campround, with the professionalism, the staff. I've had a few questions. Somebody was right there, the way they kept the place clean and stuff. It's just amazing. If I was a camper, Lakewood Campground was where I'd go. And another thing that's kind of impressed me was the camaraderie and the friendliness and the helpfulness of all the campers, the people with the horses. And some of these horse trailers is just unreal. I'll think about talking to your mom and say, hey, let's get us one of them fancy horse trailers. And we just might come down and camp next year.
I think that'd be fun. I might even join you. These horse trailers are pretty impressive. And I rode my first bull, Texas Pete, and I even stayed on for the whole 8 seconds. Can you believe that?
Oh, you're a cowgirl at heart, Blair.
Well, guys, if you have a horse tale for us, please visit our website at horsetalestv.com and check out our calendar of events on the website, and please like us on Facebook.
I want to say a special thanks to Gene Driggers. He left Saturday from Dillon County, a little community called Hamer, and Dillon County is where I grew up, as you know, and they left and took a 3-team mule team down and stayed 3 nights on the road and arrived here, I think, Wednesday night, and we did a story on them. I was really, really impressed, and to the point that next year we're really going to try to support Gene to raise some money for the Heart Fund. And till next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet.
See you next week.